Hey besties, let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Besties, I have an update for you. It's kind of blah, but we're going to still talk about it. So King Prophet from B&B, aka Tyler, aka Julius's sister's baby's daddy's brother. Was it the baby daddy's name? Jordan's brother, Tyler, the one who drove the car to breakfast with the raggedy grill and the long curly hair with the hat. He has something to say. He's tired of y'all talking about how he looks, talking about his teeth, talking about he looked like a leprechaun. He tired of me saying that they look like Bone Thugs and Harmony Jr. Bone Junior, Bone Junior, Bone Junior. Meet you at the crossroads, part 2. Yeah, him. So he said that production was supposed to edit his teeth. And I was like, edited how? They was gonna draw you some teeth? They was gonna go to the Halloween store and get some Dracula teeth and just shave off the fangs and put them in your mouth? Okay. And he said they also was supposed to use his stage name, King Prophet. They was not supposed to put his government name on TV. It's like, bruh, calm down. They just had your first name. They didn't have your middle name. They didn't have your last name. Calm down. That's what I have for you guys. So, hey, welcome, besties. You are now behind the shade, and thanks for joining me. I recap your favorite reality shows weekly, honey. So let's kiki, let's ha ha, and get into another episode of Love After Lockup. It's season 6, finally. Episode 5, Gangsta Prince Charming. And we are going to credit this title to Ashley because that's what she said when she saw Julius for the first time, honey. He was her gangsta Prince Charming. Uh-huh. Until he burst her bubble. Okay, besties, do we like the title of the episode? You know, I love a title that comes from what someone said, so I like it. Will I change it? Probably. Something else will probably be the thumbnail. I'm not sure. But how would you rate this week's episode, besties? I enjoyed it. It's moving. I like it's moving, right? We get to see Julius's reactions. He had a lot of them, very entertaining. You know, um, Will proposed to Courtney. That was a little okay. We're moving, right? We get to the daddy's house with Kiana and Jaquela, and Kiana's showed us a different side of her. We know that Savannah got more beef with another sister. It's moving forward. Who else? Oh, the toothless family. We get to meet Mimi and Brittany and Brooks' hurt little personality is coming out. So we got a lot to address. But besties, drop down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this week's episode and any titles you would like to change the episode to. And you know the drill. If you come, you're welcome. Please like the video. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel and make sure your notification bell is on, ding dong, so that you know each and every time I post my content. Now let's go on over here to Oregon, honey, over here with Will and Courtney. Now, they're in the car. They're driving to her PO, and I'm looking at these Gucci sunglasses she has on. And the first thing I'm sitting here like, I hope Will's friend that we met when we met him, when they were shopping for her, Courtney, I hope she got the jug on how to get the bootleg stuff, the knockoffs. I'm sure if they in the Bay Area, they have them in Sacramento. Because I know Will ain't spent no $300-400 on those shades for a jailbird. I know that ain't what you're doing, but they are. So in the car, she's loving the scenery. She's calling nature cute. And he's like, oh God, he is just head over heels. He wants to marry her. He is stuck. He likes her, but she's funny looking to me. Besties, do you agree? Like she's cute, but she's like a little funny looking. and something in the mouth. Like, I don't know. She just a little, it makes you want to go, what her daddy look like? She does not look like her mother. Is that her real mother? So Will is like, yeah, I know it's only been 6 months of talking only, but I'm head over heels. I want to marry this girl, and so the jailbird has other warrants in Washington state. They're in Oregon. Remember, her mother lives in Washington, so that's probably where she grew up. And so she's afraid that they may detain her on the spot. But you're in Oregon. I don't know. And they don't, because you can't extradite from different states. So not, well, not in Oregon. So she will not go to jail, but she will if she gets busted in Washington. And of course, grand theft auto is the case. Her mother had no clue, but Will knew. So the mom is like, "Oh, you knew and you didn't tell me. We didn't went to dinner. We've been hanging out. You telling me about everything you want to do to my daughter, but you just say that." And he was like, "Yeah, it was my place." Will, what is the fascination with this girl? Like, what is it? What is it about you? Online, they call him creepy. Everybody just like, he is so creepy. And they call him Harry from Harry and the Hendersons. And I get it. It's that beard. It's two different colors. And the design of it, how it just grows out and not down. It grows down, left, right, and up. And, it's just very a strategic pattern. And it does make him look like a barracuda-ish. He ain't bad looking. Then he's tall and he got a head full of hair. So it just adds to the animal features. Yes. So she comes out. She don't have to go back to jail. So he takes her downtown because he wants to show her the big, big, big Christmas tree. And it's like, she only been in jail a year, blood. She's not 10. This girl is an adult. She wants to go back to the room. She wants to take a hot shower. She want to get that jail off of her. She wants to put on some clothes. She want to get out the jail stuff. But no, he is so pushy and determined. Since we're here, let's go and get by this tree. It's raining. And she's like, I don't want to be out in the rain. And he's like, come on, come on, come on. So she's complaining and complaining and complaining. And and it's just like, so he just bends down out the blue, gets on his one knee, and he proposes to her. And it's like, so he says, I know you've only known me for a little while, but will you marry me? It was so like, that's all you had? You couldn't have came up with nothing else. Like, Will, you didn't have anything else painted out for her. I mean, could she have changed clothes? Could she have gotten dressed? Can she get the jail off of her? You could have been dressed up a little cuter. Could it have had something to do with dinner, or instead of this funky Christmas tree outside in the rain? Like, you didn't even alert her mother. The mama wasn't prepared. She didn't even got the camera ready or the phone ready to take pictures. It's just so thrown off and so off, and it just makes you look like a complete weirdo. Like, what is up with you to where this is cute to you? you know? But then this is someone who has built a furry dating app for the furries. So, weirdo. Okay. So she's like, yes, they kiss. She's like, yeah, yeah, yes. And we like, girl, really? So then she hugs her mom and then she's crying. It's like, oh, she really likes Will? I'm like, I don't know. She don't even know. So then, the mama is mad and she hopes she can talk to Courtney before she leaves, because she goes back to Washington the next day. Production asks Courtney, do you want to be with Will forever? And she's like, oh, I don't know. We'll see. I'm open-minded. What? I'm open-minded? Yeah, it's given that her dysfunction will reveal itself soon, and they are headed to trouble. This is all terrible. Whew, are we done with these people? And so, wait. Sorry. Go back. They're in the car and they're talking about, he had asked her if she want to go bowling at first. Then she's like, I want pizza and peen. I want pizza and peen. And it's like she has no respect for her mother. Her mom in the back seat cringe, right? But she just keeps repeating it. Pizza and peen, pizza and peen. And he's like, your mother's in the back. Stop saying that in front of your mother. Well, you said it too. You, oh God. So then she gonna say, child, that's just my mom. And it's like, wow, we know they had a terrible growing up. They had it bad. They had it rough. They are not connected. There's no respect. But we do remember Courtney left the house at what, 13 years old, 16 years old. Like, how do you get to leave and don't come? Like, what? Moving on. Okay, who else? Let's go to Virginia, because that was kind of Where is my Virginia notes, honey? So Savannah and Bradley, they're getting ready for his coming home party. So let's pause and break and take a second. She over here trying to check his outfit. Girl, what do you have on? Girl, that dress is too big. You are smaller. Why are you wearing ruching clothes? You wearing this little prom dress, 19.99 from Ross. What? And you got the and then you're gonna put a leather jacket on with it. You don't even look cute for a cocktail party. And that was not a cocktail party. You guys went to a bar. You guys don't know anything, girl. You don't know nothing about class. Calm down. So they go to his coming home party / cocktail party. His little sister, Caddy, does not like Savannah either because remember, he was the dealer, she was the user. So, of course, they're not going to like a user around, right? You know, she was off the chain, and that's what they remember her by, right? And so Savannah's a bit uneasy about seeing her, but remember her and the big sister, they cool again. So that's her, they cool at least. So the little sis comes and she ready for action, honey. So she talks to Bradley about Savannah. Now, what we learned is that they're best friends, Caddy and Bradley. And so they just chopping it up about Savannah. Oh, she's bossy, she's controlling, she's this, she's that. And, she's like, oh, well, I'm not a fan of Savannah. I'm not a fan. And so he's just like, yeah, she don't want me to be on the phone, want me to pay attention, just all the things, right? So she's like, so Savannah is at the bar talking to Elisa about it. And Elisa's like, well, you need to talk to her, but she's staying 10 toes down for Bradley, honey. That's her boo. She don't play about him. But she does encourage Savannah to have a talk with her, but she said, but she's intimidating. And so Savannah's looking like, ugh. So she goes to have a talk with the sister at the bar. And so the sister tells her, you are full of BS and drama, and I'm not a fan of yours. I'm like, well, hello to you too, Caddy. So she has her reasons why, she says when he's around her, they don't want him to go down the wrong path again. They want him to get it together. He's getting ready to go back to work, right? And she probably is the one that kept that opportunity open for him, or whatever the case, right? So she confronts Savannah about, like, you controlling and all that. You can't be doing all that. Savannah doesn't think, they're treating her fairly, and she doesn't like that they're putting him in a position to where he may have to make a choice between her and them. And it's like, no, they're not doing that, and he's not gonna do that. It's just he's gonna have to keep you guys separate. You just can't come around when he goes to the family. But in real time, you guys, I don't know if you know, but it has been reported that Savannah and Bradley have broken up. I saw him, honey. It was this past week. He got a new girlfriend. She has blonde hair. It's a close up, so you really can't see her, and she all smiling hard. I don't know, but it looked like she could have been bigger than Savannah. I'm not sure because it was a lot of her shoulder in the picture, and it could be a bad angle. But I'll update you some more. But honey, they ain't even together, child. But we all know Bradley didn't even like her. When he saw her, he was like, she's a little bigger. He tripping off the 20 pounds. And then you got to think, when you've had surgery, did Savannah go back and get her skin tightened? Because once you pull that underwear off, stuff be sagging, honey, and it really don't look good. So Caddy says she wants more action. Savannah says, I'll work on me and you work on you. I was like, that was a good clapback, Savannah. You got it in you. I'm shocked because you're so spoiled, but I was shocked. Honey, Caddy was like, girl, bye. She left. She was like, I'm done. So Savannah was like, Savannah, you left a bad taste in his mouth. The family, not his mouth, her mouth. Savannah, you just left a bad taste in these people's mouth, honey. You showed your true royal self and they don't like you. And they won't let the past go, honey. And that's that on that. So we're gonna move on over here to Idaho. Ooh, with Joey and Michael. Watching them just stresses me out. Like, Joey. Now, I gotta keep bringing this up. Michael is 14 years old. Joey is 48. Joey, you are almost 50. Like, come on, blood. You supposed to be at the golf course. You supposed to be playing golf, traveling, dating. Move out of your parents' house at least. But no, so childish. So, Joey, remember last week he had to take a little walk when they was at the halfway house. He had to walk off because he was losing his mind. And Michael doesn't like that because he don't believe in stress at all. So Joey is trying to get himself together, child. He is overwhelmed. So he comes back to the car. And Michael is not bothered about his old raggedy life at all. And he kind of getting mad because Joey is overwhelmed. Why are you tripping off my life when I'm not tripping off my life? I don't care about my life. I don't care. But Joey cares. And that's an enabler. It's very much enabling, right? And we all know, we listen to Michael. He'd rather be in jail. He gets a kick out of being in jail. He don't mind. He don't care. He is who he is, and he is okay with that. Okay? It's everybody else that needs to get it together. So getting out of jail is just routine for him. He knows he's going back and he's going to look forward to it. He's trying to go back tomorrow. He don't even want to come back. He don't even want to be in this place, okay? So they leave after Joey got himself together. He can compose himself to be able to drive and breathe. And so they go to Michael's mom's house. And she was acting like she didn't care. She was done. But, oh, yeah, you're a mother. You love your baby. So as soon as they see each other, he get out the car. Mama! He runs to her. She grabs him. They on the porch. They hugging and crying and hugging. She's done this time and time again, but she is happy to see him this time, right? So he feels like he does not deserve her. Like his mom is an angel and he's not, and he just really feels like he doesn't deserve this beautiful God sent angel. She tells him that he has to change and he thinks something is wrong with him. He knows that something in his brain just makes him be who he is. And so pretty much he's not taking any accountability and he will blame the brain for everything that he does moving forward and what he's done up to now. So he says, he's going to stay with Joey that night. He ain't going back. And so moms tell him, well, you need to call your PO and ask, can you get permission? And she tells him, and put the call on speaker. You understand me? Let me hear, because you be lying. So Michael calls the people, leaves a message. And so, Michael just feels like he can do whatever he wants. And then if he gets in trouble for it, he feels like he can talk his way out of it, as opposed to asking for permission first and being afraid to be told no. Because he always tells Joey, so if they say no, how you gonna feel about that? I just say we just do it and then just deal with the consequences later. That's Mike. Yeah, that doesn't work for Joey. And that's why Joey will be back on substance. He will be back using if he keeps hanging around Michael, because Michael could care less. He don't care about nothing. He is everybody else's problem. He is not his own problem. Okay, you deal with him. He don't want to deal with himself. He's not doing it. Okay, and that's the way he's wired, and he's okay with that. So yeah, so Joey tells Mike, well, he tells us actually, if Mike uses again, that's the deal breaker. And if he goes back to jail, I'm out. Are you really going to be out, Joey? We don't believe you. We don't believe you. Because if that's the case, you might as well go on back home now. So they get to the hotel, they checking in. And then all of a sudden, Michael gonna say, "Oh, we got the green light to stay out. They just let me know. They just let me know. We ain't heard no phone beep, buzz, ring, vibrate. We didn't even see him pick up the phone. All of a sudden, just out the blue, he got the green light. Okay. If I was Joey, I'd have been like, let me see your phone. But remember, Joey said he don't want to parent Michael anymore. He's tired. He can't handle this stress. And he's trying to relax. So okay, you're gonna have to parent him. I'm telling you. So he's like, yeah, I gotta go back and sign. Michael gotta go and sign out on that chart thingy on the wall. And so he's like, okay. So Joey's like, well, I'm gonna stay at the room. You can go. Here go the keys. I'm like, do he have a license? I mean, like, why are you gonna let this? He can't drive. So he let him go to the halfway house by himself to sign in or sign out, whichever, so he don't get violated. And then Joey got to pay that $20. So Mike's in the car. He's talking about he's glad to get away from Joey for a minute so Joey can calm down, because Mike feels like Joey has been flirting with a meltdown. He's like, he just up and like it's just stressing him. Like it ain't stressing him out. He just don't like it. So he's glad to be riding. He's glad he's been riding for him all this time. And he says he loves Joey, but he thinks their love is different. They love each other in different ways. And he just he ain't here for all this stress, because he says that Joey is drama. I'm like, Joey is drama? Well, what are you? We got drama and crime story. You don't think your life is drama, Michael? Yeah, so he was like, I know I could get away with anything dealing with Joey, and he's going to test it. So what that tells me, and from the previews, besties, I don't know if you saw it, but it looked like he is not coming back to the room. Look like he's going to chase both of his issues, the substance and the people. The people in the phone, the freaky times, the freaky tales. He's getting ready to go freaky tail and get high. That's what he's about to do. So let's go on over. Before we get to Texas, do we need to go to, let's go to, oh wait, what we got next? We got Ohio, we got Ashley and Julius, and then Kiana. Who we gonna do first? Let's do Kiana. Okay, so in Texas, no, we got no. We're gonna go to Texas, but we're gonna go deal with Brooke and JK real quick. Child, how old is Brooke? She look old. She can't handle stress too well. She breaking down like an old Buick, like a Ford, found on the road dead. And speaking of her in a car, her SUV is towed up. The front end is towed up. The side where the passenger side, the back door is all bit. Girl, that car is a salvage. It is salvage. It's one step from being totaled out. Oh, what has that car been through? It's just raggedy. Girl, Brooke, you got to get your priorities in order. You don't need to be messing with nobody in jail. You ain't got the money for that. Your mama already told your business. So anyway, after 3-4 hours, child, JK comes out of this PO's office. He been in there for 3-4 hours. When I tell you the prison system will test your patience, honey, honey. Child, she could have went and got them kids while he was in there. And then remember, the mama told her to go in there. So we saw her last week walk in. She comes out talking about it was too many people in there and I was scared. What? What? You were scared of what? What are you scared of? What are you scared? What was in there? I got questions. What was you scared to go in the PO's office for just to ask a question? So he comes out after 3 or 4 hours, child. He done got his curfew extended because they was giving him the 9 to 5. So now he got 5 to 7, which is good because if the man gotta go to work, he gotta get back home, people. So anyway, he wants to go see his toothless grandmother. Sorry, Mimi, but you don't have teeth. He don't have. You really saw that JK didn't have any teeth. Remember the first episode? I was like, something going on in his mouth. He looked like he chewing, like he got cotton in his mouth, like he got tobacco in his mouth. Child, you really saw his teeth when he was sitting in that passenger seat on his way to Mimi's house. It was like, oh, he's missing teeth, which I knew, but I just wanted proof. So he toothless, his mama toothless, Ashley over there toothless. Child, this is a toothless cast, okay? So we see it runs in the family, honey. We don't know if this is the mama's mama or the father's mama, but they're very close. He misses her. He loved her. He was in prison when the grandfather died, and he just wants to gift her. It's her birthday. He just misses his grandma, and I love that for him. He's crying in the car, and what I couldn't help but think was, well, why don't you stop being bad? Because this is his last grandparent. So they go up to her house and it wasn't there. I'm like, what is going on in Texas? So it looks like what they showed us. It was a piece of land because it wasn't a house in sight. I'm thinking it was this woman out here camping. She just didn't want them to come film at her house, and she decided to get that her camper out and go park in the middle of nowhere, and had her other grandson come and set her up because she had the cute little chairs outside with the umbrella. So they pull up to her RV, her camper, and I'm like, this cannot be where she lives. Y'all not gonna sit here and make me think this woman been living this long and don't have a house. Grandpa, I know Grandpa set her up better than this. But I'm gonna think that she just didn't want them to film at her house. And she's like, we gonna go on location, honey. Y'all ain't coming up in my house with all this mess. So we get to this camper and it's nice, but it's small, and you're not gonna make me believe she living there. Do y'all think she living there? Is that normal? Is anybody anywhere in the South that can say, that can agree, that can know, that knows if this is the way some people are living? I would like to know. So when they get there, right, he tells Brooke to wait outside the camper because he want to go in there and talk to Mimi. Brooke is so immature. So she's mad because she want to go in too. What do you need this? Why are you tripping off him talking and meeting and greeting his grandma? Clearly, he don't want you to see him crying. He wants to introduce you. Grandma knows about them other women, and she wants to have that one initial talk first, and then he gonna bring you in. But you acting like it's not a camper. It ain't big. Where that and hello, I'm sure you can hear them talking from where you're from outside. I mean, I'm sure you can hear them. So she mad, and I get it. It's hot outside. So she's sitting outside mad, just a spoiled brat mad. And so grandma tells us that JK has a good heart, but he just makes bad decisions. That's why he went to jail. And so she heard Brooke stop coming to see him when he was in jail. So she don't like that. So she said she got an uneasy feeling about Brooke, honey. How you gonna stop coming to see my grandson? So grandma like, so where Alex at? And Alex gonna be on grandma's mind because when his mother got sick and had a heart attack, it was Alex that was coming to the house to check on her, cleaning up the house, going up to the hospital, visiting his mom, taking care of business and being there, being supportive, right? And so he said, Alex sold me a dream. She did all the things, came to see me, gave me money, woo woo, answered all my phone calls and did all the stuff, but she was cheating on him. And I'm sitting here like, well, dang, Ashley, how did you have time? But there is time to do whatever it is you want to do. So he brings grandma outside to meet Brooke. Child, Brooke gets up to hug her. Her t-shirt is sweaty. She's hot. She probably stank. But they hug anyway with her stinking butt. And so Mimi, she don't trust Brooke. Something about it. She's like, I just don't like her. So then cousin John pulls up in his truck because he getting ready to hook that camper onto the back of his truck and take grandma back to her house. So this is JK's best friend, favorite cousin. They grew up together, and he didn't done 10 years, child. So he ain't with it. He like, I don't know, Brooke, but he ain't with the mess. So you bet not be coming up in here because of course they guarded now because they thought Alex was the one and she was dogging them out. But it's like, come on here now, JK. To be fair, can Alex cheat on you? I mean, let's be fair. It's jail. I mean, come on, JK. Were you not gay for the stay? Weren't you talking to other women? I mean, this should be an open relationship. Like, you can't give her none. She needs some. You can't give it to her. Y'all in y'all 20s. Just a big old hot, horny rabbit, She was doing everything else right. I mean, that woman deserved a pass. Bring back Alex. Bring back Alex. Because Brooke ain't it. Brooke is about herself. She ain't it. So I was just thinking, Alex was visiting you. She was giving you money, taking all your calls and whatever, kicking it with your mouth. Like, she could have got a pass. She deserved to cheat on you, JK. I'm just saying. So grandma don't like this heifer. I don't either. She looked 100 years old. Brooke is not aging well. And she stank. Ah, whoo. So they walk off, John and JK. And so he asked to use his phone. He calls Alex. James Keith calls Alex. And so he want to make sure she don't show up to his welcome back party. I think it's the next day. And she like, I know, I'm cool. Don't worry about it. Whatever, whatever. And so then he tells her to hit his cousin's phone so they can connect later. I'm like, look at this. Now, look at JK out here with his gender reveal outfit. Where did you find that blue and pink outfit? A little matching outfit. What made you say, I want this? Looking like cotton candy at the fair. You look like, is it a girl or a boy? Ah, okay, okay. I said, okay. So he hit her up. She like, all right, I'm gonna call you. Just go and have fun and whatever. And where that Brooke at? Where that heifer at? So poor Alex can't come to the party. She worked hard, JK. She's worked hard. She better show up. Because, honey, that's what the throuple is all about, baby. She better show up. I bet you that mama at home talking to her right now and told her to come and bring a cake. Yeah, Alex, I'm going to need you to bring soda or a cake. Oh, you'll bring the cake? Are you going to bring coconut cake, carrot cake, or you just going to do a chocolate cake? Okay, carrot cake, got it. So then Brooke and JK leaves, child, and Brooke gets the times mixed up. She's like, oh, you got to get back. He got to get back at 7. So she's like, well, it's 5 o'clock. Let's go get the boys. And he like, nah, Brooke, it's 6 o'clock. I'm like, this girl can't tell time. She got them big old glasses on. She can't see or she can't tell time. What is it? Can you see or you just don't know how to tell time? And so he like, no, boo boo, it is 6 o'clock. And they're an hour out from his mama's house. He got to get back before the curfew. Or they said if he is a minute late, this is what he said when he got in the car. If he is a minute late, he's going back to jail. So she gets all upset because there's not enough time to go see the boys. She's furious. And it's like, where is this anger coming from? Who are you mad at? The time? The mama? The grandma? Him? What are you mad about? And so he's like, what do you want me to do? You want me to go back to the penitentiary? You better get me back home, girl. So now he's all stressed because you're playing with his freedom. He ain't trying to hear what you're talking about. This is day 1 or 2. Like, give him a break. Goodness gracious. So, Brooke, we understand. You hot, you sweaty, you don't feel good. You've been up all day. You slept on that little twin bed with the bar and a toilet and the CPAP machine. And you've been in there with a wheelchair and a cane and a walker. We get it. But you just need to go home. You need to go home and take a shower and cool yourself down. So she wants him to come to her house to see the boys. And he can't get there. You're supposed to be with the kids. And it was like, Brooke, you need to go home because you've been away from your kids. You need to go see your kids. And that energy that you're giving to JK, you need to give that energy to them kids' daddies. Okay? Where are their daddies? You said you was gonna be his daddy, you gonna be in our life, you gonna stand up and be their father. On day 2, what is he supposed to do at 6 o'clock? You're an hour away from his house. He got to get home. So they arguing because they, mad for 2 different reasons. Then she pull over because she don't want to tear that car up no more because it ain't gonna make it. She do something, she get mad. That car will not pull through, honey. So she pulls over. She just a fussing. They going back and forth and back again, telling him that he breaking his promise to her kids. And he like, well, I got to get home. Just tell him I'm going to see him later. They're 8 and 12. They don't want to hear that. What? The 12-year-old don't understand. The 8-year-old, they're not 2 and 3. 8 and 12 is a very good age to understand this stuff happens. So she tells him she can't get him back to the house. She got to go get her kids. Now, I don't know. Now, I do remember she lives far away from his mother. So I guess it's in the opposite direction of where the grandmother is too. So she's like, she got to fight another hour of traffic to get back to her house after she drops him off. But she is mad because I'm just like, girl, can you go get the kids and bring them back to his mother's house if it's that important to you? But I know that's a lot I know. But if you're so important to you, then you would do that. And all of y'all could be in that little bedroom. And what was her name? Marla. Now, she's stressed. They didn't ran out of time. It's like, what is happening? What is going on? What is happening? So he get out. She like, yeah, you get out. Bye, Felicia. And he says, FUB. It's like, God, y'all went from sugar to boo-boo real quick. Okay, that was that. We gonna go on over here to the other side of Texas, honey. Kiana and Demondrick and Jaquela and the daddy and the stepmama. So Demondrick has been in the halfway house for 2 weeks. And so he's getting released. She's getting ready because that day is his party at his dad's house. It's been 2 weeks. So she's going to go pick him up. She's getting ready, getting her hair together, got a little blue dress, and they're gonna go over to Dad's house for the welcome back home barbecue party. So he actually drives there. And I'm sitting here like, do he have a valid license? Why are y'all letting these dudes just drive your car with no license? Like, do they have a license? So he don't tell her nothing about the baby mama being invited because, of course, he don't want her to know that he went to see her. But blood, you can't, like, you starting stuff, and he is the messy person here because I believe he likes these women fighting over him. He likes this. He likes it. So she's worried about being around his sister because, they had got into a fight. And then the sister is cool with the baby mama. So, she don't want to be around all that energy. It's weird. But she had two of her homegirls meet her over there. So she had her backup. So remember, she called the baby mama after she left the house picking up these clothes. Remember, the sister was over there like, hey girl, yeah, she just left. She came and got all his Jordans and his clothes and his cologne and stuff. She was looking crazy. Yep, she looked stressed, but yeah, girl. So they pull up to the daddy's house. The daddy got jokes. Kiana pull up. He like, what's up, Key Lolo? I was like, Key Lolo from Martin? Remember that was Yo-Yo, the rapper Yo-Yo, when she would come on. Her name was Key Lolo. And so he talking about, oh, you look good today. Then when her friend pull up, he talking about, oh, she's cute. She look better than you, Kiana. Talking about, Demarcus, why you didn't try to get at the friend? And he was like, I'm just playing. I said, oh, he's funny. That's my kind of humor. So, so Pops gives Demondrick a little pep talk about life. Woo, 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 woo. He keep telling him, you need to learn how to barbecue because Demondrick told us Pops get on the grill every Saturday. Like it's a party at Pops' house every weekend. We meet Pops' wife. Demondrick has a stepmother, Teresa. She's cute. And she seemed like she'd been around a long time. She got something to say. She is grandma, okay? The Demondrick tells us that he was at school, I'm assuming elementary school, whatever. He was at school and he told someone that his daddy smoked weed. And then all of a sudden, the house gets raided. And they took Pops to jail. He did time. And so he felt like it was his fault. And I was like, it was your fault, you little snitch. And then I was like, well, wait a minute. Back this thing up. Well, who did you tell, Demondrick? Because I'm thinking if you're a kid, you just told one of your homies. And do you think your homie went home and told their parents, and one of their parents is the police, and they raided your daddy's house? Because I don't think teachers, if you told a teacher, I don't think you did that. And teachers don't have that kind of authority. But I'm just going to assume that your daddy was selling it and he was about to get raided anyway. It didn't have nothing to do with you telling your little homies at the schoolhouse. Okay. So, honey, now remember the baby mama said she told us she was gonna put on something spicy. She was gonna come up there. I was like, that's the outfit you consider spicy. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like sexy spicy. But she gave a little tube top action with some little fringe pants with a little clear flip flops or whatever. She had her glasses on. I'm like, you couldn't put no contact lenses on. Okay, but she's a cute girl. Make her eyebrows is cute. I did notice her eyebrows is cute. So anyway, she come with two boys. Now we learned she has three boys, right? So the 5-year-old is Junior. He's Demondrick Jr. Now the 8-year-old, who's the oldest, he's not Demondrick's. They call him the stepson. I'm like, well, okay. He could have just been Demondrick Jr.'s brother. He didn't have to be called the stepson. They're not married. So anyway, and so they all like, where is Kyrie? Where is Kyrie? So Kyrie is the 2-year-old. You hear me? 2. So I'm wondering when he cheated on Kiana with Jaquela, did she have Kyrie from the cheating? because I don't remember how long they've been dating. But anyway, maybe she was pregnant. I don't know. So Kyrie was at her mama's house. Stepmama didn't like that at all. That's his son too. He's supposed to be here. See his daddy. He don't know him. So Demadra goes and hugs Jaquela, and Kiana's blood is boiling. Why is she touching my man? Girl, your man hugged her. Calm down. So, whew, honey, she says she wants. Okay, so Jaquela is like, I want I want us to be family again because I really still love him very much. We know, and he love you too, but he didn't like all that fighting and fussing that you was doing, and so he said he got to experiment out to see if that's where he want to be, honey. Donnell Jones, honey, played Donnell Jones, honey, and so he loves you too, girl. But he sure forgot that Kiana was there with her friends because he just standing there next to Jaquela eating all his food, honey. He's standing next to her, talking to her. He just smitten, okay? So Kiana walks up and she's like, so are the kids cool? Because, the kids are over there. Like, she trying to tell him, you're supposed to be over there with your kids, not standing next to her. And so it's getting a little like, okay, calm down, girl, calm down. And Jaquela, I liked how she was keeping quiet. This wasn't her fight. It's not her circus, but you better not touch her because she got it for you, girl. She got it. She looked like she will give you the business, but she gonna be quiet for now because she gonna let you play yourself out. Okay? Because that's not act like she would not love to see y'all arguing. And that's exactly what happened. So Kiana is getting amped up. She been drinking. Her friend over there pouring more liquor in her cup. She don't need no more. She look like a lightweight as it is. Give her one jello shot. She good for the night. So Demadra tells her, don't start that. Don't start that. So they have a little back and forth and back again. Kiana walks off. She leaving. Her friends going with her. She go in the house. They like, no, you got to stay because she going to feel like she win if you lose. I don't care because I don't want to, it's about respecting the parents' home. This is not cool. You mad. It is best to remove yourself, especially when you don't have any emotional intelligence to stay and be quiet. Everybody looking at you. You've been drinking, so we get it. You a little, the fire water is talking, okay? So she's leaving. Dee's sister like, oh, messy self talking about she ready for the drama. She talking about D chasing after the girl down the street and the sister talking about let her leave. Let her leave. What? So they stop. He stopped her. He like, nah, stop. Y'all stop. And he asked the friends, can y'all walk off? Let me talk to her. She's like, no. He's like, no, we're going to stop this right now. So she's like, why is she here? And he like, girl, this is my daddy's house. I was talking to her about the kids. Is she bothering you? Because she ain't bothering me. We know she's not bothering you. You want her there. We know. And so he was like, you think we got something going on? And she like, I don't know. Let's ask her. And he like, you want to? She like, no. And he said, okay, well then shut up. Oh my goodness. She looked at him. She was like, She walked off. And he trying to come behind her. She like, let me breathe, bro. Let me breathe. You did not just tell me to shut up. But it's like he asked you, he called your bluff, and you such a little mousy lady. You like, no, I don't want to ask. You should have asked. You would have got what you needed to know. Honey. Huh. Whew. So let's go on over to Ohio, y'all. Sorry that this is taking so long, but it is good and it was funny. Okay, so Ohio. Child. Remember last week, Julius was knocking on the door. And here go Ashley, Julius! As she's running to the door, right? So this episode continues. She opens the door, screaming his name. She hugs him, and he is rolling his eyes. I'm talking about old school back in the 80s. Elementary school, junior high school, you roll that good old eye roller. He is rolling his eyes from left to right. He is not here for it. He is like, oh no, I have been catfished. They are on the wrong show. Neve, come get these people. Child, she don't look. So then production rolls some of the pictures. She don't look nothing like them pictures. Nothing. Nothing. I'm like, catfish. This is a real catfish. But she says, I read a comment. She said, what did she say? He knew what I looked like. Girl, bye. Well, the show don't say that. We're gonna go with what we deal with, what we see on our TV. So he rolling his excuse me, he rolling his eyes like a little girl. Let me get some water. Cause she don't look nothing like what he thought she should. Ashley is missing a whole side of her teeth, y'all. At the top on her right side, there is nothing over there. You know how there might be a missing tooth, and normally it's at the bottom. She missing a whole side at the top. It is black over there. Her tooth stops in the front. It got to be at least 5 or 6 teeth missing in her mouth. Wow. I mean, really? These people don't have dental? I'm just a little concerned about the health of the USA. We don't have, everybody don't have health care. But a lot of people are scared of the dentist, though. They are scared of the dentist. So, and I just wish Julius knew how to talk to women. He's young, right? He's 25, she's 31. He just don't know how to talk to women. Like he just walk in, he just like, what's up with it? What? You good? Oh, Julius. Oh my God. You're Gangsta Prince Charming. You must look better than him. You look better in person. Oh my God, are you 6'6"? You excited to see me? Duh. She is overly excited, honey. She is hot in the butt, okay? So he thinks, she looks very different. He says she's pretty thick. She looked good, but she's very animated. Well, yeah. She says he is her Prince Charming, honey. He with a little gangster. He got a little gangster. He ain't no gangster because he got tattoos on his face and his neck, and he tall and he's sagging and wearing a white t-shirt. What make him gangster? And the whole time he's there, what irked me about him, and trust me, I understand his stance. She don't look like what he thought. And she quirky and corny, so that ain't cute. The swags aren't matching. But he's on his phone the whole time, right? But nevertheless, that's what kids do. He's excited to be out. This phone is just popping. What is he looking at? Like, is he on a dating app? Is he on Bumble or something swiping? So I think so, y'all. Because what is he looking at? Is he on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok? What is he looking at? So she's like, he looks sexy. He looks better than Chris Brown, child. Now her nose is running, and what grossed me out, y'all, she wiped her nose with her hand. Ugh. She cannot contain herself. She is ready to jump his balls. So she's showing him the balloons. She got him flowers. Why did you buy him flowers? Why did you buy him balloons? Okay, because Alexis had balloons too. The welcome home. But remember, this is Ashley's birthday, y'all. Remember, it is the day of her birthday. So she's like, do you want to go swimming? We could go swimming. And he can't swim. And she's like, well, you can just get out. And she's like, I don't want to get wet. He can't get wet, boo. He has locks, long locks. He don't want to get his hair wet. And he can't go back home to Alexis with wet hair. Because she going to be like, where you been? With Tyler. Boom, 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 boom. With, what's his name? King Prophet. So meanwhile, Alexis is at home being more insecure, wondering where he is and why he's not answering the phone. And she's hoping that he is with Tyler because he said, I'm with Tyler, duh. And she's hoping he doing what he said and he ain't out seeing someone else. Girl, your intuition ain't leading you wrong. Your heart is, but your brain isn't. That is a true case, besties, of your heart and your brain fighting each other. The heart wants what it wants, and the brain is trying to tell you what the deal is, and you are in the middle in Delulu land, both of you. So Julius tells Ashley, now wait, let's go back to this runny nose. Child, I was on Facebook and they was talking about her. They calling her Drip Gate. And I'm like, they calling her leaking because she said she was leaking in other places too. And it's like, that's not cute, honey. Why is your nose running? Why don't you have teeth? Why are you bigger than these pictures? You look frumpy. And then being bigger ain't even it. But you're not even carrying it well with that old ugly. Why did you pick that dress to wear and that wig? Why did you make your face up? It's your birthday. So, oh, I guess because she thought she was going to go to Pound Town. Uh-huh. So, Julius tells Ashley he's a vibe and he's just trying to chill. So that means he doesn't like you. He doesn't find you attractive. And he thinks she's getting the wrong idea. Well, that's your fault because you were telling her the wrong ideas. Okay? Ashley, says, are you sure you still want to be with me? Julia says, be with you? Who said that? Who said that? Be with you? And so Ashley says, we're not in a relationship? Julia says, no. And she storms out of the room crying, I can't believe he's a liar. I can't believe And so she's saying he's ruining her birthday. And so he comes in, he would, if y'all peep, he didn't hug her back. She's hugging him. He's rolling his eyes. They did not kiss. He did not smile at her. He don't even look at her, really. He didn't acknowledge her birthday or the tattoo that she has on her chest. But he did acknowledge that birthday cake because when she left, he was like, I'm going to eat this cake, and that's what you get for catfishing him. None of those pictures look like how she looks today. So then production asked him, are you going to follow her? He was like, my legs hurt. He ain't got it to do. Alexis wore him out last night. He is noodle leg. He ain't got it. He ain't got it. Alexis gave him the best that she had, honey. He barely got here. So Ashley, I'm confused. No, he says she's confused and she's been building some fantasy in her head. Yes, because of the things that you have told her. She showed us text messages of how you said you was going to be there, love her, be there for the kids, be the man she wanted you to be. You said that, Julius. So Ashley says, he act like we didn't have anything. Like we ain't been building on nothing. I look crazy out here in these streets, B. I'm like, and you do. And you ain't got that tattoo. Yes. And so she said, he is cocky, rude, disrespectful. He a liar. So then she come back in the room. Julius, you're embarrassing me. You're a liar. And he like, Ashley, it's not a relationship. I'm not trying to embarrass you. I'm not trying to play you. The reality is it's not a relationship. We could have kicked it, on a cordial level just to see, so I could see what type of person you were. But you building this fantasy in your head, Ashley. We ain't never met. And I was like, he telling the truth. But you can't be lying to her either. You wrong for that, Julius. But all things changed when he saw her. Y'all know that. His whole script changed when he saw her. The pole was hard, but it went soft. He was like, he didn't even want to touch her. They was on a bed. They was on each side of the bed. They weren't even close to each other. See, ladies, men, and You have to read body language. I don't care what nobody's saying. Their body language tells you everything you need to know. So Ashley gonna say, so you're leaving? What? So you're leaving? Don't you want him to leave? You left and came back. So I guess as he stayed there, she was like, you staying? You leaving? She's building her hopes up. He says, what you want me to chill with you and say happy birthday with you? I said, you know what? Not you want me to say happy birthday with you. Yeah, because you didn't tell her. I mean, you texted to her, but you're there now. You've acknowledged the cake, but not her. So Ashley gonna say, are you still staying the night? What? You didn't ran out the room and came back. You just said he rude, disrespectful. He's all these things. He's a liar, and you want him to speak. You want to slap sauce with this man, girl, because he looked good. Y'all let these cute men get away with everything. That is what this is. You letting this man get away with everything because he cute, girl, girl, girl. So he says, no, Ashley, no. And so he like, come here, let's talk for a second. So they go they go sit on the bed. And so he's like, let's talk for a second. So since, she's never done anything for him, he feels like there's no loyalty that needs to be had on his part. And she was all like, yep, I ain't spent one dime on you because you said you had other girls doing that. So you thought he was going to come home and be faithful to you, Ashley? You think that he don't owe them other girls something? But you think he was going to come home to you because he said that and you did nothing for him. I don't even think she was going to visit him, right? It was Alexis that was visiting. And she just, she proud of that. But what I heard was them video calls, those calls ain't free. You paying for something. So he's like, I was supposed to be loyal to you. And he told her because he's the catch. I said, oh, I know you lying. You the catch in jail? You're the catch. Julius, you are the convict. You are not the catch. Learn the difference. You are the convict. So she was like, you ain't done nothing for me. What is he supposed to do for you in jail? He was like, in jail? He was like, Ashley. Ashley. And so she told me, I'm going to cast a spell on you. I'm going to put it on you. And what? What are you, now you trying to scare him. Now he really not fooling with you. So she asked him, is there another person? And he's like, yeah, yes, yeah. Yeah. So Ashley said, well, were you with her yesterday? And he said, yep. So she gonna ask, well, why are you here? And he's like, well, I owe it to you. Like, and honey, she was like, you're an idiot. You need to enjoy your time while you're out now because you're going back to jail. And he tells us, in jail, all this is just entertainment. That's all this is. And so she's mad. So she's like, you can't even swim. What happens if we go to the beach? And he is laughing. He trying to cover up his face. He is laughing because this girl is still in delusion. She is not catching on. She is still holding on to them text messages and all that jail talk. But besties, that was it. That was the end. This is the end of the recap. Sorry it went over an hour, but it's Saturday, you should be cleaning up, running errands, washing, cooking. I mean, at the detail shop, working out. Hey, it's been an hour and 3 minutes. Have a great Easter weekend. Tomorrow's Easter. Have a good weekend. And I'll be back with another recap. Bye, besties.